Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 19th to the 25th of November. These messages are for Scorpio's sun, moon or rising. If you're unfamiliar with those terms or you just want to look into your birth chart a bit more in general, there's a link for a website that can help you out with that in the description box below the video. I'd like to say thank you to anyone who watches the videos, likes, shares, comments, subscribes to the channel. It's all appreciated. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the description box for information on how to do that as well. These are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading, and we're going to start off with a goddesses, gods and guardians message first of all. So let's see what you get for this week as your main theme. So what is Scorpio's main theme for the 19th to the 25th of November, please? What is Scorpio's main theme for the 19th to the 25th, please? So you've got two. You have, I knew those were going to come out, Mermaid of Lemuria, which says joy, and you have Lilith, face your shadow. And it was when I was doing the pre-shuffle, those two stood out for me. And I will be honest, Scorpio, this is my fourth attempt to do your reading. I think with the last reading, I did get very far into it. But yeah, I'll leave that where it is. So I'm going to look at these messages. I may not read the whole thing. I might just look at the brief information on them. And funnily enough, I've just ordered a deck to do with Lilith, Dark Moon Lilith. So I'm looking forward to that arriving. I think it comes today actually. So you'll see it next week or something when I do readings for that. But let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Mermaid of Lemuria, joy first of all. Actually, let's get the rest of your cards out. Let's get your theme from the tarot and then I'll look at those messages. So what is Scorpio's theme from the tarot, please? First of all. You've got the Emperor. What is your energy specifically within this? No, I'm going to try that again. It was the King of Swords and the Ten of Cups, but it didn't feel right. So I'm going to try that again. Your energy specifically. You've got the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. Any external or surrounding energies? The Five of Pentacles. Any guidance or advice? Right, okay, so on attempt number 3, the King of Pentacles was the advice, to be honest. So, okay. Right, so now I'll look in the book and see what I want to get for these cards from the information that's there. So the Mermaid of Lemuria, she is about playfulness. That's one of the main themes with her, because it says joy is your birthright and opens up creative solutions. Connecting to simple joys is the answer to any life challenge you may be handling right now. So it speaks of an energy shift as well. Okay, is there anything else from here? I think that's the main theme. The invocation of that message, it says, of the joy, Mermaid of Lemuria message says, I create pockets of joy every day. I swim with the tide of life. Let's look at the Lilith card and see what we get from that. If I can actually find it. So it says, heal taboo emotions, step into the light. So I'm going to read the whole of this because this one's quite deep. And not to say it's more important than this one, but as I say, this one is pretty much about embracing joy, playfulness, you know. So the Lilith one. Lilith is known in Jewish mythology as the first created woman. She refused to take a submissive role to Adam in the Garden of Eden. Liberating her wings, Lilith flew back to her Mesopotamian homelands, a dark, deep force of the feminine spirit. Lilith is provoking to those who misunderstand her. Patriarchy has painted her as corrupt and dangerous, but that's because she's a transformative feminine powerhouse. Lilith's symbols are the owl for wisdom and the snake for chakra healing and spiritual sexual awakening. Okay, right. Lilith sees everything that you strive to keep hidden from view. Drawing this card shows that you've arrived at a point of significant transformation. Lilith meets you at a crossroads. She holds out her hand and says, "Your spirit vibrates with secret powers of old. This wisdom yearns to be shared and used for the rebirth of the feminine soul. The only way you'll access this power now is to face your shadow side. It's everything within you that's been censored, stifled, and denied. Your deep-seated rage, your crippling shame, your fathomless fear, your traumas and wounds, your feelings of unworthiness. You've labelled these feelings as taboo and have never felt able to accept and work through them. Sometimes the forbidden shadow emotions leak out, leading you down paths of sabotage and self-destruction. Feelings of envy and self-pity hinder you. With me, you can release self-judgment and look bravely into your hidden self. I'll lead you into safe spaces where all your secrets can be spoken. This will release enormous waterfalls of energy. It will unlock your creativity, potential, and passions. It will illuminate the divine talents you've been keeping under wraps. You'll create your dreams, not because of luck, chance, or fate, but through realizing that all the power you'll ever need is within you. Don't be afraid, you're ready to shine." An additional meaning says, seek professional settings for thorough shadow work. Shadow energy is influencing the personal situation you're inquiring about. And the invocation says, "My shadow is my inner teacher." So the reading that I did before this, where I got almost to the end and decided it just didn't feel right. Well, you know what? It's not that it didn't feel right, but it was just confusing, to be honest. And I just had to think, how helpful is this going to be to someone with it being so confusing? Like, the energies were really hard to decipher. And yeah, by the end, you know, like usually you can work through it and then like halfway through it becomes clear. It was still confusing at the end, to be honest. But it mentions spiritual sexual awakening here, and that was a thing. Sexual energy was strong in the last attempt I did at your reading, just before this one. So there's a video that I did, if you haven't already seen it, called "Embracing Intimacy, Sensuality, and Your Sexual Side." And if there is something relevant for you in your life at present in terms of sexual spiritual awakening, that may be useful for you to watch. I've also just recorded a new moon in Scorpio pick a card reading, and spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen that, there is something in one of those pick a card readings to do with not sexuality but sexual whatever something as well. So that might be useful for you to watch as well. So let's see what else comes out here, because this is, yeah, again, it's complex. And your Scorpio is still in Scorpio season. The moon, I believe, is still in Scorpio, because the new moon was, well, when at the time I'm recording, the new moon was recently. What else? We have Mars in Scorpio. So for me, that could pass the potential. I mean, Scorpio can be associated with sexual energy and intimacy as well. And Mars is like a divine, I believe Mars is like a divine masculine, or can be known as a divine masculine energy as well. So with it being in Scorpio, that's an extra boost of that too. But let's get into the clarifiers for this now. So we've got the Emperor, that's a main theme. The first question I want to ask though is, do you feel that you deserve joy and fun and play? That's the first thing that comes to mind with these two coming up together. But let's look at the Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? So this is a main theme, so it could be a desire, it could be a challenge to overcome. Why is the Emperor here, please? Got an itchy nose for some reason. Why is the Emperor here? I almost wish I'd kept the first reading I did and released it, but it just felt, yeah, it just felt so jumbled. I don't know, I just didn't think it would be useful to anyone. So you've got the King of Cups, he was in that one as well. All right, anything else? So you also have a very, very itchy nose right now. The Two of Cups and the Two of Wands. So a big theme in the previous one I recorded was relationship issues, to do with intimacy and sexuality as well. Let's see what else comes up. I'll say it straight. You might, if this is relationship related, whether you are in a relationship with someone or wanting to pursue or a relationship with someone or something to that effect, this person could be the Emperor energy and the King of Cups, where they could come across maybe stern, but more that they're not opening up, I would say, is the key theme here, if it's relationship related, because the Two of Cups in reverse, it's where there could be a connection, but it's just not coming together as it should. And I would say there's a choice that needs to be made here with that Two of Wands in the middle. Anything else? You've got the King of Swords. I mean, the King of Swords was prominent in the last one as well, because again, it's that kind of... The King of Swords, he is expressive, he will speak the truth, but it's kind of more stern and logical, isn't it? Anything else? That feels like a lot, but I think I'll take them. So we've got the Sun, the Chariot, and the Nine of Cups. I mean, that's pleasure, isn't it? That's like about moving towards pleasure. I'm not even sure what to look at here, to be honest with you. Let's look at the King of Swords out of curiosity and see what that's about. I mean, the Emperor in itself, it's someone who's very much in control, who wants to take the lead. It can be someone who wants things their way, like they feel like their way is right and their way is the only way. Why is the King of Swords there, please? You've got the Six of Pentacles. The World is kind of in reverse. And then you've got Justice. So there may be something here with that King of Swords about expressing, say if it is a relationship with someone, there's not equal give and take. I don't know why that came into it, equal give and take here. And that may need to be expressed. That would need to be expressed to sort of move things along, maybe move things to the next level even. Or if not move it to the next level, then end it so that you can start anew. Start with somewhere else, with someone else, if it's about a relationship. Let's look at that King of Cups. In the last reading with all the sexual energy, there was a query of whether or not the intimacy within the relationship is satisfactory, or sexually if it's satisfactory, if there is equal give and take there. Let's see what the King of Cups is about. And as I often say, the King of Cups is known for... See, there's a lot of court cards here. Well, people, should I say. It doesn't have to be court cards, but you've got the King of Pentacles is there twice. You've got the Knight of Cups under there, King of Swords there, Emperor there. Anything else for that King of Cups? Okay, so this to me, it does feel a bit similar to the other one, possibly with some of the stuff that's coming out. This King of Cups, I think I was going to say, I didn't finish my sentence, that we know the King of Cups can be someone who feels very deeply but keeps their feelings to themselves. And this is making me think here, whether this is you or another person. It feels more like another person, but we'll see as the reading progresses. Where the other person potentially, if it's not you, maybe in this Emperor energy, if you're in a relationship with them and they they're sort of feeling, they're sort of keeping their feelings to themselves. You never kind of know how they feel. They might be a little bit controlling, not in a bad way, just, you know, like where you try to more like where you try to have things your way, but not maliciously, just because of fears. They may be very practical, but their fear, maybe they're being overly practical because they fear getting hurt, so they're not kind of opening up and fully expressing themselves and kind of being free and embracing the joy in a relationship. That could be an element here. But it's like a choice needs to be made, a path needs to be chosen. If this is going to come together, there's going to need to be a decision to kind of express what's not working and how to resolve that to make it more enjoyable, to be honest. So the facing the shadows, yes, it can be your shadows. It could be someone else's shadows. I think the fear of intimacy can be a shadow that people need to face, whether it's you or someone else. Or the shadows in the relationship, if it is about a relationship, facing the shadows in the relationship, the things that you don't want to talk about, the things that are hidden, the things that cause certain behaviors within the relationship that kind of make people act a certain way. Like if you are with someone who's kind of stern and closed off, are you able to have a conversation with them and kind of find out what's going on? What is the shadow? What is in the shadows? What have they been through or experienced that's causing them to be that way? I mean, and for some people, they're just an asshole. Well, not just an asshole. There's always reasons. But some people are willing to work. Some people are willing to face the shadows and work on things and improve, aren't they? Whereas others they just don't want to know. They just would rather be in the emperor, the negative side of the emperor, where it's my way or the highway. And they don't want anything to change. I think stubbornness is the right word there. But I'm going to leave that there for now and move on. We're going to move on because, yeah, it is bearing some resemblance to the other reading, but this is slightly, I don't know if it's slightly clearer or because I touched on the energies in the other reading, it's easier to kind of decipher. So Emperor overall could be a sort of stubborn, stern kind of energy potentially, but let's see as we continue what comes up. So we've got the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, haven't we? And that the Knight of Cups, that's a dreamer type energy, isn't it? They're the romantic. So again, if it's relationship related, it's just that energy of going into something kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve a little bit when you think about it, isn't it, really? And that can be a shadow too, because if you are overgiving, and people take advantage of that, that's something to be looked at too. So why is the Knight of Cups there with the Seven of Cups, please? The Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, why is that there, please? Right, we've got the Empress, so that was a strong energy for you in the previous reading, where it's like you've got the ability to attract and create something beautiful and abundant, whatever it is that you want. It's an attractive energy, isn't it? I mean, the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups just on its own is about pursuing dreams, and then the Empress is the complete ability to do that. Anything else here? For the Knight of Cups and Seven of Cups, we have Justice. I mean, that's just being able to get what you want. It's the power of manifestation, isn't it? To get things to go in your favour. The Eight of Wands. That could be about progression, or it could be about communication. We've got the Five of Pentacles. That's come up there. I think the Star wanted to come out, didn't it then? Anything else? Nope. Anything else? I'm going to try that again. It didn't feel right. And I feel like I'm going to sneeze now all of a sudden. Anything else? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Right, that's fine. So that's about knowing your worth, isn't it? To me, I think I've said before that for me, the Queen of Pentacles is the closest court card to the Empress energy. It's like a minor, it's not minor arcana, but you know what I mean? Like it's the, not lesser, but it's I'm just going to say minor arcana version of the Empress. So you've got those two energies, and those are energies that know their worth, aren't they? They know their value, they know who they are, they know that they deserve their dreams, and that's your energy. That's your energy where you know you have a dream, or what your dream is, or that you're deserving of a dream, and you're willing to go off and pursue it, and you know you deserve it too. There's a Five of Pentacles there. So I'm going to look at the Eight of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. This could be, one of the things that comes up here is if you are in a situation with another person, potentially romantically, I'll say, but it may not be that, where you're not getting what you need out of the situation. It could be contemplation, because the Seven of Cups can be asking, is this dream that I have or my aspiration worth pursuing? It could be saying, if this isn't giving me what I want, should I let it go? That could be a question you're asking yourself. So why is the Eight of Wands there? Judgment. Okay, so that, to me, that's kind of saying, is it worth another chance? Is it worth a second chance potentially, if you are already involved with someone? That's a challenge, isn't it? It's challenging. So you would be asking yourself, is it worth continuing? Is it worth a second chance? Can it progress? So if you're not in an established relationship, you might actually be dating someone, but you still have hope. So you may be feeling like, even if this doesn't work, then I can take my energy somewhere else and achieve what I want elsewhere. It doesn't have to be here, and it may not be a relationship. It's just that's kind of come to mind strongly through all of my attempts to do your reading. That's stuck, so I'm thinking that might be very relevant. I mean, as we know, general readings can't resonate with every single person, but it might just be one person that this is relevant for. It could be any situation, anything where you've got particular dreams and hopes. It just seems like there's someone or something about it where it's kind of, I guess, putting a spanner in the works is the best way I can describe it, because this energy, it's an energy of someone else that's involved in the situation, kind of holding back and preventing it from moving forward as it could, progressing as it could. So even if it was in a work situation or something like that, or a family situation, or with friendships or whatever, there's just an energy of another person there, kind of, could even be a parent or something, just holding it back a little bit. So the Five of Pentacles, why is that there? Could even be as simple as someone's boss is kind of holding them back, like trying to control them and holding them back from their dreams, right? Knight of Pentacles, for me, this is about taking the necessary steps to do something. So whether it's to pursue something, or whether it's that something needs to improve or be worked on, this is where you'd have the commitment and perseverance to make it work. But you've got Five of Pentacles there, so to me that says you're kind of questioning if it's worth working on, or if it can be worked on. If there's another person involved, are they willing to work on it? That's where you make something work, isn't it? Where you work together with someone on something. So I'm going to leave that there. I don't think there's anything else to get from that. So your energy specifically is that I think you're aware that you have certain aspirations or standards or whatever you want to call it, and you know that you're very deserving of it, and you may be contemplating at this point in time, whatever you're doing or wanting to pursue, is it worth it? Does it match what my hope is, what my aspiration is? That might be something you're asking right now. So let's look at the Five of Pentacles. I mean, that's an energy of being left out in the cold, and that did come up in the last reading, as a person that potentially was concerned about being left out in the cold. They felt like they were lacking in some way. So let's see what comes out for that Five of Pentacles, please. Similar energy, Knight of Cups. Yeah, very similar energy. The Ten of Swords came up for that as well. I'll get a couple more and then I'll say what I'm thinking. Right, I'll take that one because it fell. And then I'll get one more after that. So that was the Ace of Pentacles. And the one that just fell on the floor is Lust. No, it's not. It's the, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm going to clarify that Page of Pentacles on its own, and I think I pretty much know what the other ones are. So the Page of Pentacles. Anything else with a Page of Pentacles? Anything at all? We've got the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, the Hierophant again that came up before. And yeah, I'm just going to say what I kind of said. The High Priestess. Let's get one more for that. Yeah, it's giving similar vibes. I don't know why I just didn't trust myself with the first reading, to be honest, but it was really weird, and I've deleted it now, so I can't even yeah, I can't like put it out now because yeah, it was too much. Okay. So first of all, right, I said this energy is very likely feeling like another person. It could be your energy, it could be your own mind, where where you sort of tell yourself, you hold yourself back in a way from something. Maybe you don't feel that you can bring something together. That's a possibility. You can overthink things, or you can be too logical about things. So it could be another person. It could be you. It could be your own mind that you're holding back. And if it's not involving another person, then it's just you questioning if it's something worth pursuing. Right. So this Five of Pentacles energy again could very well be another person. Or it could be an energy around you that feels like they're just not good enough. Right. So you've got the Knight of Cups there. That's someone, again, it's there twice, isn't it? That's someone that wants to pursue a dream. You then have the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So this could be where you've been hurt in the past, or you fear getting hurt again because you've previously been hurt, where a certain opportunity has been presented. So for another person, say if, and it could be you actually, it could be vice versa, but say if you'd been your last relationship, or you've had a bunch of relationships where you've been deeply, deeply hurt. So now every time the opportunity comes up for a new relationship, there's a feeling of, oh my God, I'm just going to get hurt. I'm just going to get stabbed in the back again. And it can knock your confidence as well. Whether it's one bad relationship or multiple bad relationships, it can make you feel, do I have enough? Do I have what it takes? That's what I'm getting from this Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. Do I have what it takes to make this work? It's an energy that makes you doubt and question yourself, and makes you feel like you're lacking in some way, potentially. The vibe I got previously, and kind of what I'm getting here as well. So you've got the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the Emperor in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. That's kind of like a lack of trust in yourself, to be honest. The Hierophant here, it's kind of like saying, can I meet the standards? Can I trust my intuition? The Hanged Man again, I mean, it's someone who's introspective, who goes inwards, and they're kind of developing spiritually, they're learning, but it's in reverse. So again, for me, it's a lack of trust. The Emperor in reverse, it's a lack of trust in yourself. Upright, he's powerful, the Emperor's powerful, whether it's a man or a woman, but it's just big questions of doubt here. And I think in the previous reading, one thing that I picked up, so it can be that sense of lack if your self-esteem's been messed up by whatever situations, whether it is about a relationship or it's just some other dream altogether. Your confidence has been knocked. But it can also be, the thing that I got with that Hierophant was people who are unconventional. So say if you were dating somebody who was an unconventional kind of person, like say if they have, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, but it's just the terms I can think of. Say if it's someone who has autism, or someone who has a disability of some kind, someone who's a little bit eccentric, just someone who's considered to be different in any way, shape or form, unconventional, whatever that means to you. Going into the dating world like that, it can be difficult, because there can be a sense, or even if you're in a relationship, there can be a sense of feeling, oh God, I don't know if I can do this, because I don't know if I'll be accepted. So you can be wondering if you'll be accepted, or if whatever it is that makes you unconventional, if it's going to create a problem that you just feel it's going to be difficult to work with. It's that sort of energy that I'm getting from that. So That's why I say it's like a bit of a sense of lack, and that doesn't by any means say that if someone is unconventional or different that they're lacking in anything at all, but it can just be a challenge because it's not the norm. So that's the kind of thing that comes to mind here. That was a lot, wasn't it? And again, if it's not another person, like say if it's not another person that you're trying to date or you're in a relationship with, then it could be your energy that maybe you feel that you're unconventional, and it doesn't have to be a disability. It can just be a personality, like you feel like you're different, like you're an introvert or something to that effect, or you're a recluse or whatever, just something that is considered different from the norm. But it can create a sense of doubt within you. There was something else I wanted to touch on as well, masking. One thing that I've been talking about people with this week actually is when someone's considered to be unconventional, or they have a disability or condition or something that makes them different, there's a thing about masking, and that Emperor energy could be that, where if someone is different in some way, shape or form, they may even overcompensate by getting into this Emperor energy of proving that they're how in control they are. I don't mean doesn't necessarily mean controlling other people, but how together and in control of life and blah blah blah. And then there can sometimes a bit of stubbornness can come with that, can't it, as well, where it's like the only way you feel that you can manage things is by being in control at all times, whether it's of yourself or situations, and that can become a challenge in itself. I hope that's made some sense to someone. I know that's a lot. So we're going to look at the advice. Yeah, I really hope that's made sense to someone, and it is similar to the other energy, and that, again, that comes into the whole shadow part, whether it's that someone else has to face their shadow, whether you have to be aware of your shadow. It's facing those things so that you can experience pure joy. As I say, it does feel similar to the other reading. It's just that the other one was just a hell of a lot harder to decipher and just felt like a massive jumble. I mean, this one may feel like a jumble as well a little bit, but hopefully it's a little bit clearer. It's almost like the first one was kind of a practice run for me to get this one clearer, but the energies are, honestly, it does feels very similar, to be honest. And a lot of the same cards are coming out in the same places too, so I can't argue with that. Right, King of Pentacles. So this now is your advice. Whatever dream you're pursuing, whether it is a relationship with a person or dating or whatever it is, I feel that this King of Pentacles energy is the energy that needs to be embodied here, whether it is by you, another person, both of you, in order to make something work. But the King of Pentacles, it's a very solid, committed, reliable energy. And it's an energy that's willing to build and make things work. And I think an example I gave in the previous attempt was, say if there was a sexual issue in the relationship or something with intimacy where someone needed to express that they wanted to do things different sexually, or more sexual, or they needed a different level of intimacy or a greater level of intimacy. The King of Pentacles, he's the king that would, I feel he could potentially be the most nurturing. And I don't know if I've said this at the beginning of the reading or not, because I've talked a lot now over the last couple of hours, but we often see, just focus on the King of Pentacles being practical and abundant, but he's the partner of the Queen of Pentacles and she's very nurturing. The King of Pentacles, we talk about, he has deep emotions but can keep a lot to himself until he's ready to open up. The King of Swords is very logical. The King of Wands is very passionate, but are they so passionate that are they level-headed? I'm sure they can be, but I don't know. I just feel that the King of Pentacles would be the most nurturing and practical and would want to resolve any problem. So if you went to the King of Pentacles and said, you know what, sexually, I kind of want to do things a bit differently, and kind of said how you feel, he'd be the one to say, oh, okay, right, how can we fix it? Let's do it. Let's sort this out. That's the kind of energy I get from him. I feel like the King of Swords, I mean, he's very honest, but he's so honest that you'd probably be scared to talk to him in case you say something that kind of, offends you in a way. The King of Wands, you feel like he'd probably just jump on you, and you know what I mean, not sort of listen enough. And then the King of Cups, you could talk to him, but it's like you almost don't know when you'd get the feedback that you need from him. So I just feel like the King of Pentacles would be the most level-headed to address the problem. In fact, the King of Cups is known to be sensitive, isn't he? So you almost think to yourself, if you went to the King of Cups talking about you want to change your sex life, he'd get offended. potentially, and I'm just going by the stereotypes here. So I feel that the King of Pentacles is the energy that you would most need to embody to address these issues. So let's clarify. I've talked about it enough, haven't I? And I know it's a long reading. It's still shorter than the other one that I did, and I didn't even get all the way through it. So shows you how complicated it was that it took so long to get through. Right, the King of Pentacles. Nope, not at all. Right, we've got the Hierophant and Six of Wands kind of wanted to come out there, but anyway, let's try that again. So King of Pentacles is your advice. It's just an energy, as I say, of being willing to work on whatever issue there is, and to be committed and to see it through as well, and be very diligent about it. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles, you've got the Lovers in reverse, or Seven of Pentacles and Lovers in reverse. Those are questions about, is it worth it, isn't it? It feels different here, that Seven of Pentacles. You've got the Seven of Cups there, right? And that can be about perspectives, kind of. Yeah. So to me, this does feel like that energy of being willing to resolve something, to build, to rebuild, to fix, if you want to use that word. The Seven of Pentacles here, it's like sort of saying, okay, looking at it, what's not working? How can we connect better? How can we make this work better? What are the different perspectives and options that we can look at to improve this? Anything else? Anything else for that King of Pentacles? Right, we've got the Seven of Wands. That's where you're willing to stand up for something and fight for it. And then you get the Tower at the end, which is a cliffhanger. So I'm going to clarify that, but I will say with the King of Pentacles, he's someone who would not be afraid to tear something down and start from scratch, because he knows that he has the ability to rebuild and create something even stronger. Like, I don't think the King of Pentacles would be afraid to face his shadow and start. I mean, probably none of the kings would, but let's look at the Tower. I'm going to try that again. So it's the Emperor, but I'm going to try it again because it kind of came out fast and weird. Try again. Right, why is the Tower there? Okay, definitely going to take these now. Right, we've got the Page of Cups. We've got the Seven of Swords. And I know that they say that with the King, one of the downsides of the King of Pentacles is that he can be too focused on practicality. So could he potentially be too materialistic? It's a possibility. It is a possibility. That's on the shadowy type side of things, isn't it? So you've got the Page of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Again, it's giving a similar energy of being willing to sort of look at what's not working, looking at the shadows and being willing to tear it down, learn from the past and start from scratch. Yeah. So I think this King of Pentacles, overall, it's just an energy that needs to be embodied to make something work. To put in all the effort and energy and commitment to make something stable and abundant. And to bring it together in the way that you want to, whether it's that you want joy, you want stability, whatever it is that you want. I'm going to leave that there and get a final card of advice. It is a very long reading for a weekly, still shorter than the other one, the first attempt that didn't even get completed. But so let's get a final card of advice from the Spirit Animal Oracle. So I would say if there is another person involved and it's relationship related and you're struggling to kind of open up to them or get them to open up, it's like, bear in mind that King of Pentacles energy, that is kind of what they need to kind of become to work together. But then you would need to be that as well, because it's like leading by example in a way. Yeah, it's kind of like leading by example. Obviously, if it's you, then you just kind of need to embody that. But yeah, that's as much as I can say about that for now. Anything else? Any further advice? Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Right, let's see what that says here. So 17. It says, the oracle message says, as you look around you, can you sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing? How every intention can call the universe into action as the sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you're concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way. For Spirit is your co-creation partner. The protection message says, Crow Spirit wants to know why you think there is no magic in the world. Or do you believe that there once was, but it ran out, leaving nothing but ordinariness? Although conditions have become challenging, you have no reason to believe that everything you've set an intention for will elude you. Right now, the outer world is shifting. Can you feel it? Maybe you are fretting about experiencing the results of some of your poor choices or judgment from the past. Crow Spirit is here to remind you that you can always course correct and get back on track. Maybe you've been hit by a loss or disappointment as a result of an event that had absolutely nothing to do with your manifesting, yet it has shaken you to the core. Crow Spirit asks you to trust that no matter the temporary conditions, things will right themselves very soon. The law of balance makes it inevitable that this too shall pass. So as I say, if it's a relationship, the co-creation could be, I guess in a way you're always co-creating with spirit when you've put intentions out there. And you're trying to work on something, but it could be co-creation with another person as well. I don't mean maybe for someone they're trying to get pregnant, but in terms of if it's a relationship, it's like co-creating the relationship. It's working together, isn't it, to create the relationship that you want. If you're pursuing something on your own, pursuing a dream on your own, it's co-creating. It is literally co-creating with spirit, isn't it? But hopefully there was something helpful here. I know it was quite confusing, still a lot less confusing than the third attempt for the reading. Feel free to like, share, or comment on the video. I'd be interested to hear if this does resonate for anyone at all. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. And again, if you'd like a personal reading, see the description box below the video for that too. But thank you for watching, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And until the next video, take care.